The magic of love. Ruhi lay on her bed by the window, unable to sleep. Her heart was heavy and her eyes brimmed with tears, threatening to roll down her cheeks any moment. Even the full moon shining brilliantly in the cloudless sky did not cheer her up tonight. She could not understand why her best friend, Anya, had snubbed her again today. What was most hurtful was that during recess, when she had approached Anya to walk together to the cafeteria, as always, Anya had simply turned and walked away with another girl. Ruhi was hurt and perplexed. She did not know what to make of Anya's behavior. Ruhi wished that her friend Wise Owl was here now. He would know what to do.
Wise Owl lived in a tree overlooking the backyard of Ruhi's house. Not for nothing was he named Wise Owl, for he was old and had gained a lot of wisdom in his lifetime. Ruhi and Wise Owl shared a special telepathic connection. They were friends since Ruhi's family moved into this house 6 years ago, shortly after Ruhi's 6th birthday. Somehow, Wise Owl always knew when Ruhi was troubled and had an uncanny ability to comfort her. Ruhi gently closed her eyes, brought up a mental image of Wise Owl, and whispered softly, "Oh, Wise Owl, where are you? I need to talk to you."
Just then, she heard a gentle fluttering of wings. She opened her eyes, and there was Wise Owl, elegantly perched on the windowsill. "A little bird told me that you were in need of wise counsel," Wise Owl smiled.
"Wise Owl!" Ruhi exclaimed joyfully. "How do you always know when to come?" Wise Owl just smiled mysteriously. Ruhi was glad to see him and rattled off everything that happened with Anya over the last couple of days.
I can see how that must make you sad, Wise Owl commiserated.
"I just can't figure out what happened for Anya to behave like that. We were such good friends, and now she wouldn't even talk to me," Ruhi lamented.
Have you thought of asking her what caused the change? Something might have upset her. Maybe she has a problem that you don't know about. You can't solve the problem unless you know the cause, and you can only know that for sure if you ask her directly. Wise Owl sensed Ruhi's hesitation. If you are afraid to ask her personally lest she snubs you again, then write her a note, he suggested.
Ruhi's brow furrowed, and she looked thoughtful. What if she tells me that she doesn't want to be friends anymore? What if she doesn't love me anymore? Her voice cracked.
Well, that's the risk you have to take. But you haven't done anything to hurt her, so don't be afraid to approach her. And don't imagine her reaction. Ask her fearlessly as a concerned friend. Chances are that she is hurting in her own way, so be understanding. Give her what she wants, even if it means leaving her alone for a while.
Ruhi still looked uncertain. What will I do if she says she wants to end our friendship? Her voice dropped and her eyes welled up at the thought.
Ruhi, darling, sometimes the people you love don't always love you back, and you can't force them to either. If Anya chooses to end the friendship, then that's her choice. All you can do is keep your own heart pure and loving.
But if our friendship ends, I will be very sad. How can I then keep my heart from hurting and remain loving?
There is just one thing I would suggest in that case.
What's that? Ruhi wanted to know.
Wise Owl looked at her kindly and gently said, "Forgiveness. If Anya chooses to end the friendship, then yes, you would be hurt and sad for a while, but then you would also have a choice."
A choice? Ruhi asked curiously, brushing away the tears from her eyes.
Yes, you could either choose to continue to carry the burden of sadness in your heart, or you could allow the magic of forgiveness to heal it. Ruhi listened attentively as Wise Owl went on to explain. You see, darling, prolonged sadness can become toxic. It can even turn into hatred or anger that can poison your heart. Love and forgiveness, on the other hand, are magical things. Even as you think about love and forgiveness, their magic spreads like balm to heal your heart. Suddenly, a thought seemed to strike Vaisal, and he asked, Ruhi, would you care to do an experiment with me right now? He asked.
What experiment?
Just say out loud, I hate you, 3 times, and increase the intensity each time you utter those words.
Ruhi did as she was told. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you, she said with increasing intensity.
How do you feel?
Hateful, she made a face.
Vaisal then told her to say with as much sincerity as she could muster, I forgive you and I love you.
Ruhi repeated the phrase 3 times with deepening emotion. I forgive you and I love you. I forgive you and I love you. I forgive you and I love you.
How do you feel now? Vaisal asked her.
Oh, so much better. I really feel good and happy, Ruhi smiled.
That's right. Even if you just think the words, without speaking them out loud, they will have the same good effect on you. Seeing the question in Ruhi's eyes, Vaisal explained, You see, darling, all words have vibrations. Some positive, others negative. Words like love and forgiveness, when uttered, create very powerful and positive vibrations. These vibrations resonate throughout your body and you feel good as a result.
Ruhi was excited. So whether Anya remains my friend or not, I can continue to think of her with love and feel good?
Yes, absolutely. Love for love's sake is the best kind of love. It doesn't ask for anything in return. When your thoughts, words, and actions are based on love, you will always feel good and happy, no matter what. That's how the magic of love works.
Oh, I understand that now. Ruhi clasped her hands together joyfully. Feeling good or bad is really up to me, isn't it? I can continue to feel good even if someone I love does not love me back.
Yes, indeed. And remember that there are many sources of love. So don't confine yourself to just one. Be open to other friendships and let love flow in from wherever it will.
Oh, I will do that, Ruhi said excitedly.
Life is meant to be lived joyfully, my dear. Don't let anyone or anything make it painful for you.
I will try to remember that, Vaisal.
Good. Now go to sleep, my dear. You have something important to do tomorrow, do you not? You have to talk to Anya, Vaisal said, reminding her of the task ahead.
Yes, I do, and I will, Ruhi said with determination, then wished Vaisal good night. And thank you for cheering me up, Vaisal. I love you, she said and blew him a kiss.
I love you too, Ruhi. Vaisal gave a loud hoot and flew away into the darkness of the night.